Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. Post-market wrap-up. People, for those of you out here who have been with me any length of time, how many times have we discussed right here on this blog that the entire system is illiquid? How many times have you heard me use that word illiquid? Illiquid, illiquid. It's insolvent. It's illiquid. It's not on the elemental chart. You heard me say this a million times. Okay. So what we found out earlier today was the Federal Reserve is going to provide liquidity or cash to the banking system. Thank you, Mitch. A system which is already corrupted, a system that is already illiquid. Now, around 11:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it was announced that the Swiss National Bank would provide liquidity to Credit Suisse, and the stock market made like a 180. Although we finished at lower today, I mean, not actually that's not true. The Nasdaq squeezed out a gain. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 725 points earlier today. I mean, we were going to finish 1,000 points in the red, and then of course, we found that the Swiss National Bank stands ready to provide liquidity. What are these liquidity injections? Do you remember the big meltdown, 2007, 2008? The Federal Reserve was providing liquidity to the market, capital injections into the market. This was a bailout of the banking sector, actually of the economy as well, but really a bailout of the banks. We're seeing a repeat performance here. These institutions which will remain illiquid. I want you to think about what Greg Mannarino was going to tell you. Okay. No amount, zero. Thank you, Billy, zero. No amount of liquidity is going to be enough to save the system. There's no Messiah here. Okay. There's no saving grace here. Okay. The system is going down in its current form. And does a single one of you, any one of you, believe that this is it just happened? No, it didn't just happen, because you and I knew that we would see this and a lot worse moving forward from years and years ago. What are you and I, psychic or something? No, you and I, you know what our advantage is? You and I are able to decipher the current environment because we know who the enemy is. We know what their goals are. Period. That's our only strength. Okay. So the system that we're seeing here is coming down. It's coming apart. I mean, people, look at my videos. Well, at the beginning of this month, all right, I said moving into March, this was going to be a pretty interesting month. Expect a lot of volatility. Well, that played out correct. A few days before the collapse of SVB Bank, I said the system was breaking down. We are in a systemic failure, and this is by design. Now, again, you and I realize, those of you that have been with me for any length of time, realize that I have said, and we've discussed right here, that central banks will do things you can't dream about, imagine, or any way conjure up to continually pull cash into the now from the future. So these capital injections, these liquidity injections into the banking system, it's part of that mechanism, along with the war and every freaking thing else, warp speed vaccines, all of it. Okay. So what you're seeing, nobody here is surprised. Okay. And the liquidity injections, bailout, let's call it what it is. Okay. You see, they can't use the words bailout. They might use other words. When I was on yesterday with Owen in the war room, rescue might be used. We're going to save the economy. No, it's a bailout. We knew this was going to happen. There's no way they're going to allow the big institutions to fail here, even though they're illiquid. The whole system is toxic. All right. It's illiquid. And no matter how much they want to liquefy it or push capital injections into it, it will not be enough. Are we clear? I think we're as clear on as clear can be on that. So anyway, as I was saying, this market was really cratering, and then of course, just a miracle happened. Swiss National Bank is going to provide liquidity, bailout. Of course, the Credit Suisse here, it won't be enough. None of it's going to be enough. The whole system is coming down, and it's going to come down a lot faster. What I want you to understand here is, you see, you weren't allowed to see the bank runs that were going on with regard to these smaller institutions. And I would believe that's going to pick up speed here. The media is not covering it at all, but it is happening. With regard to the major banks, they're no better off. They're no better off. Why? You know why. You know why. No deposits, no loans, and no deals. Okay, you see, here's the situation. The Federal Reserve and other central banks in here raising rates, raising rates, raising rates, raising rates. What is it really all about? It's not to control inflation, because inflation continues to rise. It's got nowhere to go but higher. Okay, they've been raising rates to kill the economy, kill the consumer, who again has no money to put into the bank. As a matter of fact, we're seeing massive outflows from money market accounts, from savings accounts, because people can't put money back into the bank. So no deals. What did we find out? Again, let's talk about this. Mortgage applications year over year down 42%. Refis down over 75%. So the situation is, okay, the Fed wants to play this game. They're of course there's going to be casualties. This is a war. This is a war, and you and I are on the losing end here. And with a war, there is casualties. Okay, this is the cost of doing business as these central banks collectively get ready to issue in their new system here. You understand? Completely digital, and they're going to exert a lot of control on us all here. Exactly. No liquidity. Liquidity has been drying up for a very, very long time. You know this if you've been following this blog. I've talked about this so many times to the point of nauseum. All right, and no matter how, no amount of liquidity pumped into the system is going to be enough. Thank you, dude. Sky, nothing. Okay. Anyway, with that said, we had this market finish mix. Dow finished down over 249 points, and that was the Dow. S&P finished negative. Nasdaq actually eked out a gain. Cryptocurrencies fell under some pressure today, although Bitcoin still remains over 24,000. Gold put on a gain. Silver a slight loss. Crude oil. Let's talk about crude oil. Crude oil got slammed. There's a couple of things going on here. All right. There is a lot of fear that the global economy, okay, isn't as lovely and fantastic as we're being told that it is. Okay. As a matter of fact, the global economy is cratering. It's cratering at its fastest pace ever in history, but you're not allowed to know that. They got to float out the Maxine Waters, whatever that is, yet to be defined, the Biden-Stein brain-dead presidents, and whatever freak show they wanted. You know what the ultimate freak show is? When you see Jay Powell, Yellowstone, be paraded out before our loving, caring senators and they lick his feet. Thank you, sir. We're so happy to see you. Thank you for letting us talk to you. I can't believe I'm breathing the same air as you. I'm in the same room. Oh no, it's an incredible thing. But yeah, that's for the most part what goes on here. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you right here and right now what I've been telling you for how many years I don't know. Okay, but I'm going to repeat it. Get your cash out of these institutions. I don't care if it's the largest bank on the planet by assets. Okay, there is going to be bank runs at one point here. Could start tomorrow. So don't just sit back and twiddle your thumbs. Take action here. Okay, leave in these institutions what you must. Okay, to pay bills and function. The rest of it, get out. Put it under your freaking mattress. Find somewhere to place it. Okay, because the financial system, as we know it, is going through a metamorphosis. It's changing, and it's not by accident here. Oh, how about this one? So the SEC chief today he's pledging an investigation into these bank failures. He's going to get to the bottom of it. Really? How about the regulators? How about we fire all the regulators, which obviously missed this. We fire the Federal Reserve finally. You see, you have to understand something. The Federal Reserve has failed miserably, if you believe that, in maintaining any kind of price stability. That's a Federal Reserve mandate. I mean, they exist because of their mandates Their number one mandate, maintaining price stability, well, they failed in that. So why is it, let me ask you, we're all friends here, that we haven't heard a congressional committee be formed to get rid of this criminal organization, public enemy number one? Because they're the real government. You know that. The Fed is the government, can do anything they want. They could cause hyperinflation, it won't matter. Okay, they are the bosses, and that's why you get the licking of the feet and everything else by our lovely representatives when it walks into the room here. So anyway, obviously there are entities buying a lot of debt, 10-year yield dropping, global bond yields dropping here. Did you watch the relative strength of the dollar today? We're up by 1.1%. That's unfreaking believable. Anyway, so this is an effort prop up the debt market, so hopefully the stock market will gain here. Well, look, I think the system is coming apart, and I think we haven't at all seen the worst of what's coming. We're not even close. Thank you. Hashtag Greg was right. We were all right. This is not my gig here. All right. I may be the kind of like the CEO of this whole thing, but all of us are participants in this. Okay. This is not Greg Mannarino's thing. This is our thing. And all of us here get this. Yes, Nick the Pig must be speechless. Absolutely here, people. Anyway, so no surprise, I don't think, to anyone watching the volatility this month. We knew it was going to happen. I don't even think it's a surprise that we're seeing the banking system collapse here. We knew this was going to occur. We know much worse things are coming down the pike here. Let me see what else I was writing things down here today. The banking system is in a crisis. I'm just looking at little things. I'm just jotting down throughout the day. Sometimes things pop into my head, and I just kind of write them down to try to trigger my brain when I come out here. Anyway, so that's really the current situation here, people. Do what you want with this advice, but get your cash out. Get it out. Only keep what you need in these institutions. Do it now. Don't wait. Thank you, Dennis B. I don't know how many times I can say the same thing over and over again. I've only been saying this for years. And look, without liquidity being added to the system, it's just over. And it's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the debt-based economic model, which has been the adopted norm for every nation on earth at this particular time. Once we left a commodity-backed system, a wealth-based system, it's just over. And it allows central banks to grow enormously in their power. And there are no more powerful organizations in the world right now than central banks, and they will exert that power on anyone, on any nation, on its own people, whatever they have to do to keep that power. It's almost absolute. It really is. Actually, it kind of is absolute because we can't stop it. There's no way that we, the people, no matter how many people would sign a petition to end the Federal Reserve, and I guarantee you that I would say most of this country would sign a petition to get rid of the Fed. They ain't going nowhere. Our representatives represent no one. We have no representation. You all know that. All right, anyway, look, let me cover a few things here with all of you. This is really what this live stream is all about. There's a lot of people that like this live stream. There's a lot of people that don't like the live stream. I don't personally know why people don't like it. I happen to like it because I can interact with all of you at the same time. So I want to hear from you. Anyway, do you feel that the banking system bailout right now, there's going to be any public outcry at all? I don't think so. I really don't believe there is going to be, even though people know that's what's going on. People have been lulled into such a sense of they just don't. People don't understand anything anymore. They don't realize what happened last time, that we had a bailout of the system, last meltdown, and then now we're having another bailout of the system right now. You see, because it's their money on the line, and people again. You see, look, people believe, wrongly so, that when you put your cash into a bank, into a savings account, or any kind of an account like that, that it's safe. It is not safe. Henceforth, why there's FDIC insurance here. And I'll tell you something else. Once you deposit your paycheck or whatever into a bank, it's no longer yours. You may think it's yours, but it becomes the property of the bank. The bank can do what they want with it, and in fact they do. They lend out 90% of any deposit that you put, and they can use it for whatever they want to, risky or not. You understand? I mean, I think that's what really, talking about the banks, and people keep asking me about credit unions. Thank you, Benson the Bear. I think credit unions are safer, and I'm not saying they're 100% safe, but I'm saying the credit unions may be safer because they're not for-profit organizations. They're not going to be taking any major risks here. So if you're going to pull your cash, find a credit union. I mean, you want to put it into a big Wall Street commercial bank? Good luck. I mean, there's risk here. There's absolutely risk here. Yes. This is a banking consolidation to bring about the new central bank digital currency. 100%. That's what we're seeing. They need a bigger, massive, crazy public outcry. And they're going to get it. They're going to get it. Thank you, Denise Richards. I appreciate that. Look at that popcorn thing. You guys and girls are awesome. You know that? I love all of you. I really do. From the heart. We got to stick together, man. And they can do whatever they want to us. I really don't care what they do, okay? Because you and I, the bottom line is, you come into this world pretty much naked with nothing. You're going to leave this world pretty much the same way. But it's about the relationships you make. It's about making a positive difference in the world. And that's what this is. This blog is a family. This isn't just a blog to me. I come out here and I talk, but I feel like this is so much more than just a blog, that we can interact with each other. You have no idea how many times I'm out and I run into people that follow this blog. And, it's like I get a big hug. Sometimes I'll get a kiss. It's like, it's like we know each other. It's an amazing thing. And I love that. I really, really do. I just wish we could grow this channel. I really do. We're sitting here at 240,000. Like I always tell you, if I ate Tide Pods, if I licked toilet bowls, thank you, Jane. Thank you, Ghost Skull. Appreciate it. But, then I'd have millions and millions and millions and freaking quadrillions of followers. But you come out here and you tell people what's going on. They don't want to hear it. Again, this just should tell you something. Why a channel like this, I've been around here for over a decade, has only 240,000 subs. If I were out here for a month and I started licking public toilet bowls, I would have 5 million subs. It's unbelievable. But this is what it's all about. People don't want to hear the truth. They lash out. They get angry. And that's okay, because you see, you and me, we got it down. We know what we're doing it. And number one, we know who the enemy is. We know what they're working towards. What else can I say? What else can we say? I know I will not start licking toilet bowls. Okay, forget about it. Absolutely not. Thank you for the kisses. A dog named Boo. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, people, look, we're going to get out of here. We're going to call it. Honestly, again, I love being here with you. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you so much. Really, you have no idea. Let us reconvene tomorrow morning. And, it's going to be interesting to see what happens overnight. Pay attention to the futures overnight. I watch the markets kind of even in my sleep. It's kind of a weird thing. It's crazy. Thank you, the Posh Head. These names are great, man. It's really great. Anyway, look, so that's all, people. We got this down. We know what's going on. I don't think anyone here is surprised at all. But I can tell you this. Look, I'm going to leave you off with this. It's going to get worse. It's going to get much, much worse. The distractions, the deceptions, the look here's, the don't look there, all the things that you and I already know what to look out for, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to be a lot worse. All right. Love you a lot. Please share the video. Please comment. I will see you in the morning. That's all.